What does this mean for the currency in your view? Because I guess that's the first thing to analyze here. Does this automatically mean stability for the cedi?
All right. Thank you very much, Uli. Before I answer that, let me make something clear that the Ghanaian media have misrepresented the facts. Indeed, this is not an all-time high, and the reserves for Ghana as of last week were $8.1 billion, which is equivalent to 4.4 months of import cover. Now, if you look at the reserves for April 2017, it was higher, which was at 8.3 billion, equivalent to 4.8 months of import cover. So I believe that the Ghanaian media did their own calculations, which did not take into account the fact that half of that Euro bonds were used to refinance existing debts. So not all came to the central bank. So figures from central bank indicate that our reserves is currently at $8.1 billion. However, not to take the success away, this is a great development, and this is expected to give the central bank more room to support the local currency going forward. And indeed, it's not just the Euro bonds that has helped. You realize that when this government came to power, one of the major policies they come out with was the fact that they wanted to roll short-term government debts into long-term debts, which means that this government has been issuing more bonds than previous governments were doing. And basically, bonds, foreign investors are allowed to invest in bonds in Ghana, and that has also attracted significant foreign exchange into the country. And then secondly, you also notice that there's been improvement in commodity prices, talking about gold, cocoa, and oil. And in addition, Ghana's oil production has improved significantly following the coming on board of some oil fields in the last year. So all this has contributed to improving Ghana's reserves to where it is today, and which should give the central bank more room to support the local currency going forward.
So what is your outlook for the cedi?
Can you come again?
I wanted to get your thoughts on the outlook for the cedi. Where do you see the exchange rate, say, at the end of this year?
Great. So clearly, I think that in the short term, there will be some level of depreciation, mainly coming from external factors beyond the control of Ghana, external factors that are strengthening the USD globally. Now, coming to Ghana local, I believe that there is enough foreign exchange to support the local currency, and the foreign reserve will continue to increase, given that cocoa bought financing of over 1.3 billion should come most likely in the final quarter or third quarter of the year, which should boost our foreign reserves further. So I see the cedi ending the year at around 4.5 to the dollar. So there will be some level of marginal depreciation, but I think that should be at a good level to enable businesses to plan ahead. It shouldn't disrupt economic activity.
Right. But of course, Ghana still depends quite a bit on imports, and that import cover about 4 months that you clarified earlier, many will say is still relatively low. Do you get the sense that we'll see foreign investors also contributing foreign exchange to the market, and to what extent do you think that will happen?
Yes, absolutely. I believe that this is going to continue to happen. Like I mentioned, the government policy of rolling existing local short-term debt into long-term debt, which simply means they are issuing more bonds than previous government have done. And if you look at the issuer calendar for the third quarter of the year, the government is planning to issue more bonds within this quarter. And I expect that they will issue more bonds in fourth quarter. And actually, those bonds bring in a lot of foreign exchange into the country. So clearly, we should expect to get more foreign exchange from foreign investors. And secondly, you also notice that we are currently recapitalizing the Ghanaian banking sector. A lot of banks are looking for capital to recapitalize to survive beyond the December 2018 deadline. And I believe that some of them are going to attract foreign investment into the country, which should also help to support the local currency within the year. So I'm quite optimistic that Ghana should be able to continue to attract some foreign investments.
All right, Sulemana, thanks for speaking to us this morning. Sulemana Mohammed is the CEO of Dubi, and of course he was speaking to us from Accra about the outlook for the currency in the context of the recent Eurobond issue.